Hello, artful friends. It is complete. I am so thankful. I am so thankful. This took a whole lot of work, but I was able to make it for really cheap, and I am super thankful for that. I put up the tutorial this morning, so if you have not seen that, go check it out. It's a pretty short tutorial, given just what I did. It took a lot of trial and error. But even with all the trial and error supplies, that some of it obviously had to go waste because I fucked up. But in the end, I think I only really spent 40 bucks at the most on this. So relatively cheap, which is good. The ones I was seeing online were about like $80. And I was like, $80 is a bit steep for my budget for cosplay. So I was like, I think I can make it for cheaper. And I've never done anything like this before, so you know, it took some trials, some error, some loss of a thumb, but in the end, pretty proud of it. But I wanted to talk about growing Artful Impersonator. What changes do you think need to be made to Artful Impersonator to gain more subscribers, to gain view counts? I know right now with YouTube, it's inevitable. Every YouTuber is dealing with loss of subscribers, no views, and just it gets daunting. It gets kind of like, why do I bother? That sort of thing. So I wanted to know from my artful friends who enjoy this channel, what changes would you like to see with Artful Impersonator? What would you like to see come out of Artful Impersonator that you would stick around for, that you would view, everything like that. And also, I'm trying to get like videos shared so that more artful friends can come in, like more people can subscribe. I need your advice because this isn't just my channel. Ultimately, this channel is for the artful friends. So I make videos not just for me. Obviously, I make them for me. It's for my enjoyment as well. But I make it for you all. And so I'm trying to figure out what would be the best way in getting videos shared, getting more subscribers, stuff like that. Find new people who are willing to make videos with you. Yeah, we love you, KW, but it was more fun with more people, both to make videos and to watch it. I understand that completely. I very much do. This started as a group, and I was very concerned that when everybody left, I was like, well, a group just turned to a solo. How do I fix this sort of thing? And I have been concerned about that of I don't know any other cosplayers in my area who have not been affected by where they're friends with the other members of this group to where they want nothing to do with me as well. Basically, in the state of Oklahoma where I am at, I don't know any cosplayers really who would be willing to cosplay with me. So that's kind of where I have been struggling. That's why I've decided to make collab videos with other cosplayers from the internet. But obviously, I want to find other people who would be willing to in person cosplay. That is a lot of fun for me, and I know that's a lot of fun for all of you. If you're trying to get more views and subs, I would recommend doing more mainstream cosplays like Star Wars and Disney. I would also do as many collaborations as possible. And I understand that, I really do. to go mainstream. But the idea for me with cosplay, and I am willing to not have that many subscribers for this reason, is I will only cosplay characters that I ultimately want to cosplay, that I will enjoy cosplaying, and not just do it for other people, sort of thing. I've been down that road, and at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it. Whenever like this, I only spent $40 on it because that I couldn't afford to pay a lot of money. I cannot afford to pay a lot of money for cosplay, and so I saved up for months to get $40 to just make this, and that's because I really, really badly want to do it. I'm okay with Star Wars. Star Wars it's a good movie series and whatnot, but it's nothing that I can see myself wanting to cosplay. There hasn't been a character yet that I'm like hooked on. And then Disney, I would do Peter Pan. I love Peter Pan very, very much. So if I could get together the money to do Peter Pan, that would be awesome. I've wanted to do Captain Jack Sparrow very badly. The only thing is, looking into the budget of making that, I would have to save up for quite a long time. I liked the collab, I just didn't know what was happening because I missed the live stream and didn't rewatch. Maybe do a shorter video to introduce the collab, so if you don't have time, you still know what's happening. Okay, yeah, and I understand that. The first collab video was just on the top of my head sort of thing, so what you got in the live stream, even though it was a rather long live stream, was kind of how it went in my head. You could try to get to an Instagram or some social media accounts to promote yourself more. And I do have an Instagram and used to have a Twitter. The Twitter actually is the other person's, so unfortunately, like, I can't use that anymore. But I have done that. I also have a Tumblr account for this group, or for this YouTube channel. And so I have been trying to do that, but I've noticed that it doesn't help to notify people really quickly, and it doesn't really get a whole lot of views or activity going on. Try making more cosplay tutorials for when you can't get collabs out and you're working on new cosplay. Yes, I thought about starting Cosplay Basics back. If you'll remember, a while back we had a series called Cosplay Basics where we kind of run down cosplays and kind of like how to cut a wig, how to wash a wig, how to maintain a wig, and we did stuff like that, how to put on troll paint. And I'm thinking of starting that up again because I very much enjoy that. I have had over a decade worth of learning cosplay by myself, really, and through other people, but like I've been learning it for all this time, and I want to be able to share that with you all, of what I've learned, helpful tips and tricks, and put them into little videos and get that taken care of, because I loved that series, but we didn't really take care of it, so we didn't do much with it. I would like to be able to add more to it. I think also just doing these live streams, if you don't have a video idea, is a good filler because it's nice to hear what you have to say. Well, thank you. But I also do understand that from a lot of people who are here for the cosplay, This may seem like filler, like an anime filler, where you're going, okay, but that's not what I subscribed for. I want to see more cosplay. Stuff like that. And I understand that very much. But I do understand, though, that there are people like you who also very much enjoy the live streams, just because any content is better than no content, sort of thing. And I very much enjoy doing live streams. That's why I'm still doing them. The more you get your name out there, I saw Homesick Cosplay in a fashion magazine. Look for and go for many opportunities as possible. That is the thing, yes. Whenever I get approached by brands or anything like that, then I will see, is this what I think my artful friends would enjoy, or is this something that I think would not help in any way? So I'll pass it up. But anytime a brand contacts me, I more than likely definitely will message them back and get a better idea of what they're wanting. And sometimes I will, work with them. We were sent out to a con from a brand, Cosplay Amino, and we've just kind of like taken whatever falls into our lap, tried to contact other people and whatnot, and some things are hit and miss. I went to the con and had loads of fun, but I did fall off a 3-foot step and I got around pretty good with my cane using the app Blind Square. Oh gosh, I hope that your ankle or whatnot was okay after a 3-feet fall. That is not fun. If someone were to help you with travel money, you can do meetups and cons farther away. I had a decent job and I'd be willing to help out. That is something that I am not someone who really asks for money very easily, and I would be concerned in that aspect. If you would like to donate, I definitely do have a donation button on my Tumblr, and if you put a little note that says like this could help you for cons or travel or meetups, then it would go just to that. All the donation money that I earn from the donation link on my Tumblr, it all stays for this channel and helps to keep this channel going. Because, well, unfortunately, money does make the world go around, and to make videos and stuff like that, you need money to be able to afford the supplies and whatnot that goes into a production of making a video. Something that I am saving up for, because I know for an all-time fact I could make these videos 10 times better and make a lot more videos. Right now I am running on a very old PC that lags, and it lags even when I'm not using the internet. It will just freeze up, lock up, and it's hard to get it back. I have no space left on it. I've emptied it many times onto different hard drives. I've had to invest in like external hard drives to be able to keep this computer going. I am saving up for a Mac now and no more external hard drives, because the Mac has programs that I learned at school. It has software that I learned at school, editing software like Final Cut and whatnot, because right now the editing that I do sucks. And the reason why the editing that I do sucks is because I only have the editing software that came with this laptop. It was free. That's all I can afford. And so I really can't show off my editing skills really, because I have, it's not exactly linear editing, but it's pretty close when you get down to it, because my computer has trouble allowing me to go into the clip and whatnot. So basically, I'm having to watch it all the way through, splice where I need to, watch, splice. It's really tedious, and I really want a Mac so that I can show off my editing, so that I can actually make great, wonderful videos for you all that I know I can do, but have not been able to really show off in any way. And the question, do I get paid by YouTube? Yes and no. And why I say yes and no is because this amount of money that I make off of YouTube is not even $50 a month. So, yes and no. It is one of those of YouTube right now, at the weird status that's at the moment, is even big name YouTubers have lost everything, basically. And that's sad, and I hate it. But unfortunately, we don't know what's going on. Nobody knows really what is going on. And until you have 100,000 subscribers, which that is my goal, that's my dream. I would love to have 100,000 subscribers, but I don't. Unless you have 100,000 subscribers anymore, you can't talk to YouTube. You used to be able to contact somebody if you were a partner with YouTube and get help pretty much immediately. Now they won't talk to you unless you have 100,000 subscribers. Ouch. I found that out the hard way recently, trying to contact and realizing I'm no longer allowed to because I don't really have anything. And somebody's asking, it's like 10 cents, right? No, not right. Unfortunately, I would love if it was 10 cents. That would be great. Unfortunately, the highest you ever really have been able to make, it's decreased significantly now. It used to be that if somebody would watch an advertisement all the way through, so those 30-second ads that we normally all click the skip button, and I do it too. It used to be if somebody watched that all the way through, you'd make 7 cents. So 7 pennies. And if they clicked skip, you make nothing. If a banner pops up for an advertisement and somebody clicked that, you made a penny. 1 penny. And if they just hit the X, you make nothing. So it's not a lot of money, it's not a lot of money fast, and now it's decreased significantly to where it's not even close to that. And then with YouTube Red coming into play, where people are paying to not have advertisements and whatnot, you get like a little smidgen a month to be like, we're sorry people paid to not see advertisements on your channel. Here's $1. And sometimes you don't even get $1. So it's just one of those of every month is different, but there's not a lot of money in doing YouTube. And that's sad. And I wish that I could get 100,000 subscribers so I'd be able to talk to YouTube again. And if I needed help with my channel, I'd be able to get it immediately. And instead, I'm not allowed. It's kind of why I'm pushing for how can we grow the channel. Because I've been on YouTube since it first came out 10 years ago in 2007. I've had a YouTube channel. And no, this is not the YouTube channel that I've had since then. But I've watched YouTube grow. It was a wonderful thing. I was there before you could make any money at all on YouTube. And so now it's just one of those if there's really no money in it, and it makes it more difficult to make videos because you have to get jobs outside of YouTube. I'm watching a lot of big name YouTubers that I thought they're going to be YouTubers for life. They're having to quit YouTube because they have to go get full-time jobs to live. And so they don't have time for YouTube, and it feels like a waste to make a YouTube video for absolutely no money and stuff like that. And the thing is, I've always made my videos not for the money's sake. I've made it for just the fact that it's something that I love to do. I started YouTube before you could ever make money, and I will be on YouTube even if I can't make money off of it. It's because it's what I enjoy. But obviously that makes it to where if I'm not getting paid for it and whatnot, it does make it sometimes where I have to sit YouTube on the back burner, and I'm a grown independent adult with pets and my own self to think about as far as basic needs. I can't just be making things for fun. I have to ultimately do things that will make me money and so that I can have my basic needs met, which then puts YouTube on a back burner. That makes me really sad. I know that it makes long gaps between actual great content on this channel, like cosplay content that people subscribe for, because how can you paint up gray and then immediately go to work? It's it's something that we used to do as a group. Whenever we were working nights, it was a little bit easier to paint up gray, do our video, wash off the gray as fast as we could, which Maron takes about an hour for us to wash off if we've got it on our arms and we've got it on our faces and necks and whatnot. It takes about an hour to take off. And then you're still probably going to have some remnants left over, but whenever you're working nights and you're just the stalker, nobody really cares. And no, we're not night stalkers. It's just we stalk shelves at a store. And so that manual labor, nobody cares what you look. So you can get away with having some weird little gray spots and whatnot. And so, yes, right now I am having a difficult time with being able to make videos. And if I had a Mac, it would be so much easier, because right now what I am going through, just to even make the collab video that I did, computer did not want to at all handle any of the footage that I got. It didn't want me to edit the footage. I kept having to like fight my computer, and it would lock up. It would shut down over and over. Even though I emptied it and I tried again, and this computer's just kind of a wreck. So it took for, if I had a Mac, because at school I did tons of editing, and we learned Mac computers, and we learned, how to edit really well and whatnot with that software. And I can edit super fast. So to have a PC that a 4.5 minute video, like that collaboration video, should not have taken 10 hours to edit, but it did. That to me is why it gets very difficult to make videos and put them up, and not having money to be able to buy a Mac and stuff like that also makes it really difficult, because there are months where I will go without eating. There are definitely weeks where I will go without eating. Months where I'm eating very little, because I just can't afford to eat unless somebody's nice and is willing to buy me a meal or something. And so right now, I am having to live off of very little and whatnot. And that's why I kind of really have been wondering, like, how can I grow this YouTube? Not for the money by any means, because there's just no money left in YouTube, and I understand that. So if I'm going to be making these videos for free, then how can I grow this channel, make it really great to where I am able to finally get more people looking in, maybe get some sponsors, stuff like that, and collaborations for you all and whatnot. How can I grow it to where I'm not just that faceless nobody, many YouTubers, so that I can have very interesting content, even if nobody else shows up to want to collaborate or be in this group? Because I know a lot of people who, whenever we were a group, they wanted in on it. They thought it sounded so much fun. They wanted the popularity. And then they saw what it's like to actually have a presence on YouTube, and they got scared and they were like, never mind, I don't. You guys have fun. That's insane. Have fun. And so I know that it is very difficult for even the people who they may not be like on anybody's side, and they just see me and they're like, yeah, I would like to be in your YouTube, but also having a presence on YouTube is terrifying. And I very much understand that. And so I'm not going to judge anybody, but I'm trying to figure out how can I get my name out there a little bit more, so I can get the sponsors, so I can get the collaborations, so I can hopefully get a Mac one day, and you all enjoy this channel still, because it does make me pretty sad to work on a video that I've had to spend hours and money and time on, even like this tutorial. To this took a long time to make, and money that I saved up for quite a long time, and editing that took a long time, and editing that shouldn't have taken a long time, but my laptop being my laptop. Putting all this work into something that I enjoy, that I know other people would enjoy, and then to see no views. Because the first about hour that I had put this up, I had like 20 views. And that can be pretty daunting, because that's been about where my videos have been lately. And that can get really discouraging, to where I feel like, okay, what's the point in making videos and putting all this work into it if nobody actually at the end of the day will watch it? Or if they watch it, they'll just skip around on it, and I know that everybody does that, but it kind of gets to that point of there's no money in it, there's no views, I'm losing subscribers rapidly, and I just kind of, and then if I get a comment, most of the time it's a comment telling me what to do, like, oh, make a Homestuck video now, and I'm like, I just put one up yesterday. This is a tutorial, and it can get very upsetting, and it's very difficult as to what to do anymore. How about a thing where you play a game and cosplay with someone? I know people love gaming and comedy, so that may work. Yes, I can definitely try to do more gaming videos in cosplay. I've done those in the past, where we played Five Nights at Freddy's in cosplay. and we played that one really weird one as Roxy where you are walking in this endless loop, which was weird, but it was hilarious all the same. And I've thought about doing more like that. The only thing is right now I wouldn't be able to, and the reason I say right now why I wouldn't be able to is because of my laptop. Even running this, I have to always empty more and more. I have to delete tons of stuff, and then it still locks up, but thankfully I haven't noticed it like locking up to where it freezes everything. It just locks up to where the chat goes dead for a while, where it's just like frozen, and then all of a sudden it comes back to life and like it just sprawls out of control, and then where I can't use my cursor at all, it'll freeze up and lock out. But thankfully I haven't noticed it affecting the video in any way, shape, or form. And then it's me, the person who asked the fan dubs voice acting. I sent you an email and just wanted to know if you got it or not. I will have to recheck my email if I got that. If you could send maybe more information about it or something, but I don't think that I got it. Like, explaining more what it is and whatnot, because I'm so confused as to what you're meaning by fan dubs. Sorry, like, you probably put that in an email. I don't think I got it, honestly. Try to make a video explaining what cosplay is. And there it goes. To where my... Try to make a video explaining what cosplay is. You'd be surprised at the amount of people who don't know what cosplay is. Maybe then there would be less of a negative stigma towards cosplay. That sounds like a really good idea. I will make a video like that. My best friend says he hopes that your channel continues to get better, and he's subscribed to you. Oh, well, thank you. How about you start up a Patreon to see if people will donate money to get you a Mac? That would be nice. I have looked into Patreon. Patreon really confuses me, though, because I don't know what I would gift. Because with Patreon, people donate, but basically by them donating, they are receiving a gift that nobody else gets. So, like, a video that nobody else gets or whatnot. And I haven't been able to think of anything that, I haven't been able to think of what type of video that I would be able to do or anything like that. KW puts stuff on flash drives. That way they aren't gone forever, but they are off your laptop. Yes, I actually have 6 right now external hard drives that I do put everything on. So here's my latest one, and it has tons of stuff already on it. It's already over halfway full, and that is kind of just how I roll. Unfortunately, like, I have 6 of them. I actually just got another one gifted to me that I haven't been able to pick up yet, which is sad because, like, everybody who knows me in real life, the reason why I got gifted was because I have no room on this computer, because especially now with the great camera that I have, and I wish I had a Mac so that the quality would actually show up in my YouTube videos, because I have this incredible camera that I had gifted to me for Christmas, and it is my baby. I am in love with it, and it shoots in extremely high quality, and I put a sticker on it, so it's got a smile, so that I remember the smile. I don't know what that sound was, and that scared the pee out of me. Not gonna lie, that scared me. Some weird metal clingy sound outside. But I have this camera and it shoots in, I only shoot in RAW. That is something that I am guilty of. All of my videos, all of my pictures, kind of the reason why I fill things up like this. I almost whapped myself in the face, but kind of the reason why I am a digital hoarder and then also fill things up so quick is because I shoot in RAW, which means the highest quality that the camera can do. That way you can edit better and you can get a lot clearer shots and whatnot. I love shooting in RAW. The only issue with that is obviously it takes up a lot of space, and then uh, having a PC that really can't handle anything, and then having an editing software that really can only get to a certain HD level. It cannot process this, and it can't handle this. Also, my Photoshop is dead, which sucks. But my PC killed my Photoshop. I am subscribed to Photoshop, and I love Photoshop, but I cannot really get it to work for longer than I can get 2 layers in, and then it dies, which sucks. And so I'm really trying my hardest to be able to get higher quality out there, and I have this video idea that basically I'm now kind of putting on the back burner. I had said that I came up with the video idea for whenever I got into school, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn all this stuff, and I'm gonna learn how to use all this stuff, and I'm going to create this amazing cosplay video and many different types of cosplay videos with everything I learned. Well, now I've had to put a lot of those on the back burner, and the reason why is because my computer cannot handle what I would need to film and would not be able to edit it the way that I want it to or process it to begin with. So it's daunting, and I'm hoping really badly that I'll be able to get a working Mac and get something to where, because I don't really want a laptop. Like, I'm a cheapskate. I want the desktop, but also a desktop can hold more and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to save up money, and I really want this video. I also am right now, currently, because of one of the videos that trust me guys, trust me, stick with me, because even if I have to go to school, even though I'm graduated and they may tell me no, but if I have to somehow fight to get my way, I will. If I can't get a Mac myself, if I can be like, please, for the love of God, let me edit on the computer, please, 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 I'll do anything. I have this video, I'm passionate about it, because right now, I have an amazing, 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 amazing musician who he is currently working on music for this video for me, and I am shocked and amazed that I even have somebody at his level who is willing to do this for me for free. And what's funny is he's doing this for me, but he is also, I'm not allowed to tell you what, like, I'm not allowed to tell you the show, but he's currently also working on music for Amazon movies and Amazon TV shows or whatever. He's a pretty, like, I did not expect, I was like, oh, he's too busy, and so I'm not gonna get any, like, I'm looking for musical help. I know he does music, but probably not gonna get his help just because he's busy, only to be approached, and now I have his help, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. That was incredibly kind of him. He was just like, it's the least I can do, and I'm excited to do it. This will be a fun project and whatnot, and that just makes me so, I feel so blessed, and I feel so thankful to have somebody who they don't have to help me at all. And so to have that help is astonishing to me. And something about him too is the fact that I know him personally and whatnot, but the fact that he can even play music is actually a miracle in and of itself, and that's his story to tell and whatnot. But it's incredible to me to hear him sing. I did not believe it was him singing when I very, very first heard him sing. I got sent one of his songs from a CD, and I was like, "That's not him. Not you're pulling my leg. That's not him." Turns out, yeah, that's him, and his band does phenomenal things and whatnot. And the fact that he can play a guitar, the fact that he can sing, definitely the singing part, just stuff like that, where I'm just blown away because a lot of people would tell you that that's not possible for him, and damn, he's made it possible, and it's incredible, and that makes me so happy, and I feel even more blessed to know that he is willing to make music for this channel. Is there an official email address for your YouTube? I'd be happy to discuss helping you out with cosplays. I can do Carcat. So, yes, any and all emails that you would like to run by me, artfulImpersonator, spelled exactly the same down here, at gmail.com. That is the official uh, email for Artful Impersonator. So artfulImpersonator at gmail.com. Maybe you should try to make a video about where you can get a small group together dressed up as one person from every fandom that you do on your channel, like Soul Eater, Homestuck, etc. That sounds fun. I definitely think right now, because I am going to con in a few days, con is so close. Oh my god. Oh my god. And I will be going to con with my big NAS camera. And I'm wanting to start to make really cool videos and whatnot for the cosplay and the cosplay community. I'm kind of thinking if my anxiety doesn't get too bad to do it, there's my issue. There is one of my biggest issues is I'll have great ideas that involve other people and then anxiety gets involved. I was thinking of making a video at the con of interviewing people and whatnot about like what cosplay means to them and just fun stuff like that. But we'll see how the con goes. We'll see if I get the courage. We'll see if people want to do that and stuff like that. I hope like one day I can get into that type of thing, that type of mode. That would be a lot of fun. Are you going to Comic Con Boston? No, I cannot make it to that one. I am only able right now to make it to 2 cons, and the reason why I'm going to a con in a few days is because I chose not to eat for a few weeks. So I saved up money by, don't be like me, please, 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 please don't be like me. I have been living under the poverty line for a very long time. I know how to keep myself pretty healthy and whatnot, but please don't be like me. If you have the ability to eat, I recommend eating. I chose my pets can eat, obviously. They always come first. And I really wanted to go to con, so I took my food money and said, con money. And so I'm going to a con, and then I am also going to Tokyo and Tulsa. And those are the only cons right now that I can make it to. And the only reason why I can go to Tokyo and Tulsa is because I had already bought the tickets a long time ago. because it's a con I always go to, so whenever they were dirt cheap, and then I am blessed enough to have somebody who is willing to give me a hotel, which I was not expecting at all. They don't even have to. I'm still probably going to hand the money for the hotel, even though they said, like, I don't have to. I'm not the type of person to really be okay with gifts. I'm just not. It scares me. I don't ever like to feel like I owe anybody, because if I can't make a absolute promise to where I know I can absolutely do whatever it is that they are expecting, even if they say they're not expecting something, my trust issues, even if it has nothing to do with them, my trust issues say, like, nobody just does something that nice, nobody does something for free. I owe them, I need to do something at least. And that's why, like, whenever my son, my cosplay son, whom I love very much, and I've known him for years, his love language is to give gifts and stuff, but he likes to be able to spoil people and whatnot. And he knows that is actually something that frightens me, and that I don't really enjoy gifts. Even on my birthday, even on Christmas, gifts tend to scare me. So he won't give me gifts, and yet my love language is to give and give of myself and whatnot. And so I don't like to take, I don't like to receive, because I then feel guilty, I feel unworthy, and then I feel like I at least need to do something, anything to make up for being given something, being gifted something. And yet I give of myself as much as I possibly can, and that is my love language. If I give to people, if I do a service, anything for somebody, that is my way of saying I respect you, I love you. I go, basically, if I go above and beyond for somebody, I guess not above and beyond, because we should always do nice things for people and whatnot. But, like, if I can't afford something for myself, but I'll afford something for somebody else, there, I guess, would be going above and beyond. Um, and that's my love language. So, like, even making these videos, for people, like cosplay videos and stuff like that, that's, it's something that I know I'm not really gaining anything meritable. Like, I'm not making money or profit or anything, so I'm not, it's just for the sake of, I am doing it, like, not for me. No, saying it's my love language, yeah, I'm doing it for me, but I'm also, like, doing it for other people and whatnot. That's just my way of, like, this is something that I love, these are people that I love, so my artful friends, that's my love language. I do things for other people, with whatever means I have possible. And so, like, being gifted a hotel, I'm just like, I know you mean well. I know you care. I know you're a very kind, amazing person. I also just, I know that's going above and beyond for you as well, and I don't want you financially hurting for Mike's sake and stuff like that. So, like, I always just kind of get that. Like, there's fear involved. Do whatever fandoms you want to. KW talks while we have a weddings in the chat. We have a wedding in the chat? Sometimes I never know where the chat goes. Hey, what's super chat? Super chat, I believe I want to say that Super Chat is just kind of like how you can get like to where I notice something more, like where it pops up something that will kind of stand out a little bit more towards everything else. I think that's what Super Chat is. I don't really know. I've never seen anything that like makes me think like, oh, that's Super Chat. So I'm not 100% sure on that. And there's a role play wedding going on. Well, congratulations to the lucky couple. I don't know who the couple is, so congratulations to the lucky couple of role plays. Did Carcat and Cancree get married? Oh, okay, so it is Carcat and Cancree getting married. Well, congratulations. I was the one who drew you the artwork with your necklace. I don't know if that receiving gifts made you uncomfortable, but knowing that you're doing what you love makes my day. And like the artwork and whatnot, like I very much enjoy artwork. The thing about artwork, I will post it to my personal things and I will spotlight it and I'll be like, look, this amazing person did this, that, and the other. Like they drew this and oh my god, I can't believe it. And I'm so thankful and whatnot. Like that's kinda like I nobody ever needs to feel obligated to draw artwork or anything like that for me or of my pets or any of that. But if like I receive it, it is something that I do cherish a little more than I think anybody realizes because I show it off and people in my personal life who follow my personal stuff, they will see that I post it and I get like all happy and excited and whatnot. And even like there's one uh artwork that I received from one of you artful friends that I used as the cover for Tumblr for the group Tumblr because I didn't know what to do with things and whatnot, and I knew that I needed to like get a cover and I needed to start like phasing stuff out, coming to peace, putting things to rest and whatnot. So I was left with the dilemma of what do I do for a cover? And immediately through my head I was like, you know what, that Peter Pan right now is something that I need and I felt compelled to watch Peter Pan again and whatnot. So I turned on the soundtrack of Peter Pan, and then I remembered there was fan art of myself with Peter Pan that somebody had drawn. And just got this overwhelming feeling of like, that's the cover that I need right now. I need Peter Pan in my life. And so I put that up. And that actually had been my cover on Facebook for a while, my personal Facebook, and stuff like that, to where like people who know me in my personal life, they definitely know that any and all artwork that I receive, I just cherish, I treasure, I share, I go pretty nuts about. I want to start doing fan art for you, but where do I send it? Again, nobody feel obligated by any means to do artwork or anything, but if you do, then there are a multitude of ways to send it to me. The best ways are to either email me at artfulImpersonator@gmail.com or the Artful Impersonator Tumblr or the Artful Impersonator Instagram. Those are generally the ones where I find them the easiest. if you will hashtag artfulImpersonator, or you will tag artfulImpersonator, or if you, like, obviously submit it on Tumblr, or if you email it to me, a multitude of ways that I will be able to find it. And then I resent the email. Okay, I will check that out. I'm new to cosplay. Any tips? I actually definitely, like, after reading that one, the one comment on the suggestion that I should make a video on what cosplay is and whatnot, I think I should also do a whole video on, like, different tips that I have for new cosplayers and stuff like that, making their own videos, because I know that I've said it and they're scattered about, but making a solid video I think would be good for what cosplay is to me would be one video, and then cosplay tips that I have for another. But right now, like, for a new cosplayer, the best tip that I can give is find your budget, find what cosplay means to you, do what is the most fun for you, and look up reviews whenever buying wigs. Definitely look up the review pictures of the wigs to make sure that you are getting what you feel that you're expecting, because that is a definite big one for me, is after being conned out of so much, like, hit conned, getting the scams where there's a picture of the wig and then that's not at all what you get in the mail. Looking up reviews is definitely a good one. KW, I watched your whole Tokyo Ghoul live stream and missed it, so I didn't get to see it live. The one yesterday? Well, I'm glad that YouTube is able to archive things. Oh, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. My chat just exploded. Okay, there we go. Hi, I'm making Matuna cosplay. Any tips for the zipper part? I saw in the tutorial of yours. The zipper for my Matuna outfit is, we got a long zipper from the fabric store, and we added it, so we just cut down the back, like, we sewed everything together. We sewed the shirt to the pants, and then we cut down the middle of the back and added a zipper along that. And it is rather difficult to get in and out of by yourself. Obviously, having a zipper that goes to the small of your back on up is a little difficult. So if you don't have, like, the ability to have somebody who could help you get in and out of it, then I would recommend, like, doing it in the front or doing it on the side, whatever you feel is best for you. Or maybe if you definitely can't do either one of those, then just getting a shirt and some pants and not sewing them together. That way you will have easy access, because, like, when I have Matuna's suit on, I can't go to the bathroom. Matuna in canon says that he can't get out of his clothes, and, well, when I get into Matuna's full bodysuit, I can't get out of my clothes either, and it's really awkward. KW, can you do a pose? Sorry, this is weird, I just want to see it. A pose? Like, it, I'm not understanding. A pose? Like, there, I dab. Let me dab for you. Here, stabbing. Oh, I hope that was the pose you want. I am because, like, I was thinking last night of wanting to redo the series Cosplay Basics and add to it and whatnot. Uh, I have thought about Cosplay Basics of posing for cosplay photos. And, like, whenever you go to con and you have to pose for a camera or whatnot, how to come up with poses, how to hold your body, stuff like that. Because, fun fact, I did some modeling in my past. And I say some because I did some. I got a lot of training and then I never actually, like, did it because I was a scared little bean and was like, I did a lot of the schooling and whatnot for modeling, and then I got too nervous to actually go to many gigs. I went to a few gigs, and then I was like, nope, nope, a little scared. So I know, like, some of the posturing and how to hold yourself and what a camera sees, especially myself being a photographer and being now a licensed photographer and whatnot. It kind of like, I want to make a video on how to hold yourself, what the camera sees, stuff like that, so that whenever you go to con and you're looking for a pose, you'll have some understanding of what will look the best and whatnot for the camera's sake. Because I know, like, with myself, this is gonna be pretty hypocritical, because if you see some of my con photos, a lot of the time, I'm just standing there like an awkward little bean for the picture, like, hands up my side, smiling, really scared, sometimes a very shocked looking face. And I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to, like, come up with poses, and I know how to, and I will help a lot of people who come up to me wanting to be able to pose and whatnot, and they want some idea of how to pose, and I can help them pose. But then, like, with myself, whenever somebody comes up to me and is like, "Can I get a picture?" And I'm just like, "Oh, yes," and then I just stand there like an awkward little noodle that I am. But I think that's because, like, as weird as it is, because I'm a cosplayer. I love my cosplays. I work very hard on my cosplays. For some weird reason, I feel more comfortable behind the camera than in front of the camera, which is weird because I didn't make that cosplay to be behind the camera. I made that cosplay to be in front of the camera. And then for some reason, whenever somebody wants my picture, it comes as a shock. And I'm like, you want my picture? Mine? Are you sure? Okay. Are you done? Okay. And, like, that's unfortunately me. I know with, like, Shoe, I get a little more comfortable. Shoe is one that anytime I see con photos and somebody took a picture of my shoe, he's probably got his hand up, or, like, he's posing and he has swag and he has this air about him. Whereas a lot of my other characters are just kind of like to the side, not sure what to do. So I gotta work on that. I really do. But I want to make a video about, like, what the camera sees posing wise and stuff to help other people who may also be in my predicament and sometimes get home, see their con photos, and are like, why am I just standing there? Because that's what I do a lot. So having some poses already in mind, practicing them in front of a mirror, I want to be able to make a whole video on, like, where hand placement, face placement, body placement, stuff like that, so that you'll know what the camera's seeing the next time you pose for a camera. So that's one idea. I am getting so confused. I'm reading a lot of, like, lemon, lemon, lemon. And the thing is, like, back in my day, lemon meant something. And I'm trying to see if that is really what is going on. I don't know. I'm having trouble seeing. How do you decide what characters to cosplay as? I want to take up cosplaying, but I always worry that my skin is too dark or I have the wrong body type or something. That is awesome. I know we have a video about that, but I'm going to redo it probably and add to it from things that I've just like more experience, more information sort of thing. So I will probably make a whole nother video about that. But right now, since you're saying like you're worried your skin's too dark and stuff like that, if you're talking to me, then there is no right or wrong way to cosplay. Like, if you're dark skin, fair skin, completely pale, it doesn't matter at all. Cosplay is what you make it. It's your version of the character. It's you doing the character justice, or it's just your way of expressing or having fun or whatnot. Cosplay is a fun hobby. And I do not believe that there is a correct body type, skin tone, any of that. I really believe that anybody can cosplay. So go for it, have fun with it, and don't let anybody tell you that you can or can't be a character that you want to be. Even recently, like with Roxy, I started Roxy years ago, and I love Roxy. I adore Roxy, so I still cosplay Roxy. And the thing is, like, I have a lot more trouble being Roxy and stuff like that, and that can sometimes crush me. But it's one of those of I'm also like, but I'm still having fun as Roxy. I still enjoy her. And then I get comments of, oh, you can't be Roxy. I even got a few people saying I was fat as Roxy, and I was like, excuse me, Roxy can be whatever weight Roxy is. Like, Roxy's a chibi for most of the comic. There is no, how do you say, like, fat or skinny, or, like, I don't know, like, who cares what I look like? I'm enjoying being Roxy. I love being Roxy. And for one, I know I'm not fat, so, like, it's just one of those of, it was weird because I'm just like, why you always hating? Like, what did I do to be hated? Like, but it's one of those of, I cosplay Homestuck, and the inevitable is you're gonna get really sour people instantly whenever you put anything with the word Homestuck. You're gonna get hate me more on this internet. So I was prepared, but it was also one of those if I was not prepared for the you're too fat. I'm like, okay, well, I'm me, and I don't care. I'm having fun. Can you adopt everyone in the chat? Yes. Everybody is my artful friend, and a lot of people have deemed me cosplay dad, so if I am your cosplay dad, cool. I will be cosplay dad. Do you play any Ellswood? It's a great game that has a lot of cosplay opportunity. I actually don't play video games, so I don't even know what that is, and I am sorry for that. There is actually really funny thing about games and cosplaying from games. There is a cosplay that I don't know what's wrong with me because like I priced it and I was like, there's no way in hell I'll be able to afford that, and especially because I don't even know what the heck it is necessarily. Like it's from a video game and it is a character, but like I saw the outfit and I saw the character and I don't even know what it's from. I'm not even 100% sure that I know the name correctly, but I don't have a clue what it is. But I was like, I want to cosplay that so bad. I was like, oh my god, let me grabby hands, let me cosplay that. But it's a little weird because I do not know the game. Obviously, it's a video game. I looked up a little bit, but I'm not even sure what the character name necessarily is. I saw like B2 or 2B or something, and like it's a character. Maybe somebody can help me in the chat. It is a character that has a full blindfold, her face, and she got really big tits. That one I'd have to like if I cosplayed obviously like there I would have to like make those fake boobs, which I know like I've seen plenty of tutorials on how to make those nice fake boobs because there's no way in hell I'd be able to do that. But has silver near automata. Yes, I think that's it. And 2B. Yes. Yes, thank you. Artful friends are here for me. Yes. That I saw that one and I was just like, I really want to cosplay. I don't know why, but I really want to cosplay. But I don't play video games and I don't have a clue what it's about. I just know that I saw the character design and for some reason was just like, so woo, let me cosplay. Have I ever been assumed gay? Yes. A lot, actually. A lot of people think I'm gay. And I don't give a shit. I really couldn't care less. If you want to think I'm gay, cool. If you want to think I'm straight, cool. I'm neither of those. But if that makes you happy to think you know me and give me a label, cool. Okay, that's fine. I am very flamboyant. I've always been flamboyant. I am not ashamed of being flamboyant. I'm excited to be flamboyant. Why I like Shu so much. He very flamboyant, and I can relate. I've always been flamboyant. A lot of people who know me think that I would make a great Tamaki from Orano's Club, and I have done a closet cosplay of Tamaki. I love Tamaki very much, but yeah, I get a lot of people who think that they know my sexuality, and if you know it, cool, can you tell me? Because I don't even know mine. I really don't even know mine. I don't care enough at all whatsoever. I don't give a shit about sexuality. So I just haven't at like I've had it questioned. I've had where I question. I've had tons of situations, and it's one of those of whenever I was a teenager and I was in the hospital and they asked me, "What's your sexuality?" And I was like, "I'm a teenager." And they were like, "Yeah, what's your sexuality?" And I was like, "Bitch, I'm going through puberty. You think I know what my sexuality is? Whore." That's not like I got so offended that they asked me as a teenager what my sexuality is, as if it would determine anything about me. Like it would matter. Like it would help in any way that they know my sexuality. And I was like, um, yeah, I'm a teenager. And they were like, okay, but what's your sexuality? And I was like, hell if I know. I don't know. And they were like, we'll put you down as bi. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay. I was just like, that's the weirdest conclusion you could come to for me saying, I don't know. So, you now determine that I'm bi. Okay. So, it was really confusing. And now I'm 25 years old. I should know my sexuality. Oh, I don't know. Something that I was told growing up by my other mother. I love her to bits and pieces. One of the most blunt, honest people that you will ever meet. And we were talking about sexuality, and she was like, I, she's a social worker, just to give some, like, why I trust her opinion. She was like, I think if a lot of people, like most people, were honest with themselves, is everybody's probably, like, unless you're completely ace, and always have been completely ace. She was like, I think if more people were honest with themselves, puberty will make you, like, eh, going through puberty, your hormones are going all over the place. So your sexuality is gonna be pinging from left and right and all over. And she was like, I think if more people were honest with themselves, everybody's at least been like bi-curious at least once in their life, pretty much probably during puberty, until they determine like which way they actually swing and whatnot completely. And I've always kind of really agreed with that from just talking to a lot of people and whatnot. Some people stay bisexual. Cool. Awesome. Some people then find out like, oh, okay, well, that was just like hormone flux that time, and like, okay, but I've never felt that way again for this specific sex and whatnot, so I actually feel this way for only this sex. Every single person is different. Every single person knows themselves better than anybody else. They know what they're feeling. And the thing that I've also found out through growing up from having where I was taking care of a baby all the way up to now he's driving, and kind of getting this understanding that puberty is just the weirdest thing. And some people are like, oh my god, I'm sexually attracted to da da da, and I don't want to be, but like, it's up. Why is it up? Something that you will always find out awkward if you've got the bits that do the up and down thing is, yeah, sometimes they go up and you're like, what the? No, no, no. And it can get really awkward. And like, I was listening to one guy talk about how he was sitting in class one day and the teacher called on him and was like, can you stand up to present something? And he was like, okay, I'm not attracted to the teacher. I'm not attracted to anybody in this room. What the hell are you doing? Why? Why now? Why me? So I get like, that's why whenever I was a teenager, I was like, please don't ask me. Because right now, I could be couch sexual for all I know. Like, if it pops up, I'm not gonna base my sexuality off of my puberty body trying to figure out hormones. And oh, what does this button do? What my hormones are dancing around doing. So, them saying I was bisexual, I was just kind of like, I don't think so. I know myself better than anybody else, and I'm pretty sure I'm not bi, but like, if that makes you comfortable, that makes you comfortable. Now I'm 25 and I'm just like, I don't have time for sexuality. I pay taxes and I pay rent, and I don't have time to think about what's going on in my pants. I have to worry about the only thing that I have to worry about is what's going on in my pants is my wallet. If my wallet is in my pocket, that is the only part of in my pants I need to worry about right now, and not so much worry about my sexuality. And so I don't know. I really don't know. If I had a regular life, maybe I would know, but like right now, I don't. I was told that like, oh, you'll find out, and oh, everybody figures out, and sometimes it can be confusing, but like, you'll know, and I'm like, okay, I'm 25, a quarter of my life went by, still don't have a clue. Maybe one day, maybe one day. But if people want to think I'm gay, if they want to think I'm bi, if they want to think I'm ace, I have gone by ace many times just because I was like, close enough. And then demisexual came into the world, like where more people knew what demisexual was, and I didn't know what it was until like it popularized or whatnot. And I was like, okay, that's closer. And the thing is, like, I've only had two partners, and like with my last one, it was one of those of I with both of them, it was I'm not sexually attracted to you. Hate to break it to you, I'm not sexually attracted to you, which for my last partner, that was a blessing. They were very thankful that I wasn't and whatnot. So I guess like it's come to I just fall in love with the person. That's why like whenever demisexual came into popularity, I was like, that's closer to what I feel. Not 100% because it's not that like I get sexually attracted to them the more I get to know them. I'm never sexually attracted to them. The more I get to know them, I just fall more in love with them, but it's not an asexual sort of situation where like I'm not going, oh, the wool is pulled from my eyes and now you are sexy to me. It doesn't get like that with me. So yes, demisexual was the closer of the ace categories, but I don't know. You haven't read Homestuck, right? You should watch Oxus voice acted. I mean, right now, time to listen or watch things. Right now, like what I've been doing is writing my novel, and so any free time that I get, I'm a lot of the time uh, writing. And then during my trip to Florida, on the plane rides, I started listening to Alice Isn't Dead by the Welcome to Night Vale people, and I listened to some Welcome to Night Vale, but like that's been the only time that I've been able to do that. And then if I'm falling asleep, unfortunately, bad thing about me, bad thing, not the best, healthiest thing to do. I turn on documentaries or something like that to fall asleep to, and lately some of them have been murder. And then like I start falling asleep and it seeps into my dreams and I'm like, holy shit, not okay. Abort mission. Abort mission. And so I have to turn it off. And of course, like if I'm listening to a documentary or whatever to fall asleep, I don't get all the way through. So like maybe if the Homestuck voice acting person, like if they're, you know, not too loud, they don't get shouty or anything, I would probably be able to at least start listening whenever I go to sleep because it's about my only free time. And can I just like point out my phone has been blowing up this entire time for 20 minutes straight now, and all from a no caller ID, and then there's one with a caller ID. and I don't know that number. And it's kind of freaking me out because, like, there's a lot of it. And I keep getting these spam phone calls, a lot of them. And it's getting really annoying because, like, most of them are the same chick. And I'll answer if they have the, like, same area code as me. I will answer. And she's always same voice because she's adorable. She's got the most adorable fucking voice. And why she's a spam caller? Oh, how the cute fall. But she has this adorable voice, so I know for an all-time fact it is the same girl. And she always has a different name, and she's always working for a different company. Annoying. And I have right now in my phone, let me see, because I block phone numbers like a beast. Anytime they call, that if I don't know the number and you don't leave a message, you're blocked at this point. And if they have no caller ID, then obviously I can't block it, which sucks. And they've been calling a few times in a row right now. Let's see, how many do I have blocked right now? Because I have a multitude. This has been going on for a very long time, for months, and I don't understand why, and it's driving me up the wazoo. Driving me insane, guys. Driving me insane. My blocked content. I have over 100. Good lord. My phone can't even keep up. I have over 100 people blocked. And they are all spam phone calls. The issue with my phone, I have. Anybody remember Senator John McCain? The guy who was up against Obama. Anybody remember that white guy? Okay, well, I have his number with a different area code. And I've had it during the election when he was a big deal. And I would get phone calls blowing up my phone all the time. Can I talk to Senator John McCain? And I'd be like, you have the wrong area code. No, I don't. I had so many people scream at me, cuss me out. I was apparently his secretary. I don't know. Senator John McCain needs to pay me because apparently I'm his secretary. So I would just be like, you have the wrong area code, and I'd hang up. And then if I wouldn't answer, they'd blow up my phone, and they leave voicemails and voicemails and voicemails, and it would get insane. So like now, I don't know if it's still dealing with that because like number one, the IRS will never make a phone call to you. The IRS does not call you. I get IRS phone calls all the time. Obviously scams, obviously fake. Many of the phone calls I worry because there are spam phone callers that if you answer, it immediately charges onto your phone. It'll charge your phone bill because you answered. So I get very scared to answer. So if it's an area code that I'm expecting a phone call from, I hesitantly will answer, and most of the time it is a spam phone caller. Why? There have been times when I'm like, I should just get another phone number, but I can't afford stuff like that. And I do have stuff like with this phone number that like people who they know this phone number for me. This has been my phone number for a very long time. And then I also have phone numbers of friends who have passed away and whatnot. But like there are just things that I've thought about, like, oh, it would be easier to just send your phone number and that would be better and blah blah blah. But then I get to where there's just too much to go into that I don't want to. The thing is, like, I barely get phone calls ever. Normally, it's like your prescription's ready or your doctor visits at the time, and just odd man things like that. I don't really get phone calls from people that I know. That's why I can just easily say I block. Here they are again. Let's answer. Okay. Hello? 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 Is somebody butt dialing me, hiding their number? That was a lot of just random butt dial type of sounds. Like somebody accidentally called me, but like why? Why? I will never understand. They're probably gonna call back because they've been calling back this whole hour. Satan is on. I mean, if it was Satan, he'd be nicer to me because I always say Satan's my daddy. If you ever want to meet my daddy, it's Satan. I love Satan. He's a good man. I joke. I make the jokes. But sounds like hell was butt dialing you. Yes. Fun fact about hell uh, is whenever I lived in the trailer that I lived in for a while, for a few years, um, I truly believe that hell was in our freezer because our freezer would either sound like a cow mooing, or if you would open it, it was like you could hear the screams of 1,000 damned people burning alive. It was horrific, and it was always the same, and I hated it. But like, so I always just said like, "Oh, hell is in my freezer. Hell froze over." Grandpa Satan, Daddy K, or Mama Couch. That sounds about right. Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition. That sounds about right. I agree. I agree. Should we call them back? I'm braver when I'm with you guys, I think. I think that I'm almost tempted to call them back because, like, this is getting ridiculous. Well, I can't call them back. Never mind. What am I thinking? They have no caller ID. You can't call somebody back if they don't have caller ID. If, I, I don't know. But I see that there is obviously a roleplay going on, and I feel bad that I will have to cut the roleplay short or whatever. But thank you all very much for being here. I am gonna go because I have to run some errands because I leave for con soon. So I gotta run some con errands and adult as well. But thank you all very much. I am going to, for what I have right now with the laptop that I have right now and the horrible editing software that I have right now, I am going to start just doing more of the cosplay basics. And since I saw a lot of people were wanting the how to pose, what cosplay means to me, and then also like different beginners tips and whatnot, I am going to do those. So thank you all very much for watching. I love you all very, very much. I hope you have a really great one. Mwah. Thank you.